All right, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Gwopps on the Mac with another video. And no, this isn't going to be another rant. I mean, well, okay, it might turn into a little bit of a rant at one point or another here in this video, but it's not majority going to be a rant. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about how I'm actually genuinely excited for Battlefield 6. Who would have guessed a cynical, angry, 24/7 full-time bastard like me would be genuinely excited for an EA game coming out in 2025, unlike a certain abomination that came out in early access about 2 weeks ago. But hey, I digress. But I'm being dead serious though. I am really excited for Battlefield 6 because it's the first FPS game that I've genuinely been excited for years now. I think the only FPS game that I got excited for in the past like 7-8 years, no bullshit, it was Modern Warfare 2019. That was the last good game that I felt Call of Duty has ever made. And the only reason why that game wasn't terrible for most of its life cycle was because Call of Duty at the time was at its lowest point in its whole entire franchise history. That and Battlefield at the time has gone a little bit quiet at the time, but it did get hype, unfortunately, because of Battlefield 2042. But then it came out and it was the most deceitful, most cash grab game of all time.
What a time to be alive!
When I tell you that game didn't even function right, functioning right with Battlefield 2042 with its launch doesn't even begin to describe it. It was that terrible. Oh yeah, and by the way, that game was also competing with Call of Duty Vanguard, undoubtedly one of the worst proclaimed Call of Duty games ever made at the time. Talk about missing a wide open layup like a WNBA player, am I right? And if you guys watched any of my streams and watched my almost 3 hour long video about the open beta for Battlefield 6, you can tell that I was having the time of my life. And genuinely, this is gonna be like one of the first FPS games in years now that felt genuinely grounded and genuinely hyper realistic, as to the point where you won't see Nicki Minaj or the Beavis and Butthead running around. And if you tell me Call of Duty with Beavis and Butthead, Nicki Minaj, these Seth Rogen like celebrities and all this other blowjob they're putting into their games, you cannot tell me that Call of Duty has become nothing short of a knockoff of Fortnite, and you still have to pay 40, or it's not even 40, that's too generous. No, you got to pay $70 now, and you got to pay them for the Battle Pass and the Ultimate Edition of the Battle Pass. I forgot what it's called. Only for them to still come out with the same doggone recycle game every single year. But with Battlefield 6, I have just been replaying all of my footage, even my Battlefield Labs footage that I got when I got invited to the, I think it was the Memorial Day weekend playtest and the open beta playtest, and I was just blown away with how much effort they genuinely put into Battlefield 6 this time. And I only genuinely think that they put this much effort in question because they know that this is Battlefield's last chance. If they screw this up, this franchise is gone and out the door, and Call of Duty is gonna take over, and I'll be doggone damned in hell if that happens. And while I'm excited, I'm still standing on business about not pre-ordering this game. I'm genuinely being serious. I do not want to pre-order this game, and because in my opinion they don't deserve it. Yeah, they look like they kind of redeemed themselves in the beta, but the beta is basically a demo. A demo is a beta, and that's pretty much more or less what's gonna be the final product when we get it. Now, of course, they have time to iron out all the bugs, and from what I'm seeing with popular Battlefield YouTubers like Jack Frags, NeebsGaming, Level Cap, etc., it looked like that they pretty much finalizing the game as we speak, and it doesn't even look bug-ridden or bug-riddled, to say the least, just like how Battlefield 2042 was. It actually looks like a fully functional finished game. But be that as it may, you cannot forget about their chicanery and their shenanigans that they got up to with Battlefield 5 in question, and especially with Battlefield 2042. After everything that was said and done about 2042, that was my last straw with EA, especially how they not only shelved, I think it was Battlefront 2, and they canceled Battlefront 3. They shut down Ghost Games for the, if you don't know who Ghost Games is, that was the people that previously made the Need for Speed games before they delegated it back to Criterion. Then they shut them down and then moved the rest of the people that was still at Ghost Games over to Criterion. Then they delayed Need for Speed Unbound, but it wasn't called Unbound at the time. So then after all of that, you ended up with 2042, one of the worst FPS games arguably ever made. And if you put them side by side, I'm talking about 2042 and Battlefield 6, you will genuinely see a night and day difference between these two games with how they function, how they play, the environment, the atmosphere, the immersion, everything. But if there's one thing that I am genuinely not looking forward to, and the one thing that I have just been meaning to make a video about, is these doggone Call of Dookie players trying to invade Battlefield. Like, and I genuinely have a serious question. What in their right mind think that we would want Call of Dookie players anywhere near Battlefield? I mean, I'm asking a genuine question here, and it may seem like that I'm gatekeeping, but I don't genuinely care, because they're gonna try, and I already seen it, because y'all seen it in my doggone live streams, y'all seen it in my gameplay videos, that these Call of Dookie players and these Call of Dookie streamers in question come over to Battlefield with their preconceived bias towards Battlefield and their preconceived bias with Call of Dookie and their skill sets, quote unquote, that they bring over from Call of Dookie, and they try to apply it here. And it has genuinely gotten so bad, and it is getting to the point where Call of Dookie players are crying and moaning about literally everything that Battlefield players genuinely want to have fixed or implemented in their game, and in my opinion, it seems like they're trying to sabotage it on purpose. Because first of all, they toned down the movement. Now, in my opinion, I think I said this in a video before, that all I said in the video was that they needed to tone down the movement 10 to 15% more, and that was basically it, and you have a common ground. But not only did they do that, I think, but they also tuned down the sliding, the jump shooting, and everything regarding Call of Dookie-like movement. You know, the Call of Dookie movement that you would see in YouTube shorts and TikToks with emo music in the background, or some type of popular Call of Dookie streamer clip forming and not even playing the objective, mind you, because Call of Dookie players don't know playing the objective from a hole in the ground. Yes, that type of movement. They tuned that down a lot, and it seemed like that you won't be able to pull off. Now, it might be possible that you can land a couple lucky kills at most with this new movement, but genuinely speaking, it's genuinely slower and more grounded and realistic compared to what I said before in the builds that I played. But then you still have people like Tim the Tap Man saying that this game needs a battle royale in order to be successful and be popular.
So what do you mean the newer game mode that has come into gaming, the battle royale, is overdone? How is that possible?
Wow, primitive.
And I have a question. Since when does games these days need a battle royale? It seems like battle royales need us more than we need battle royales, because if you look around, the battle royale space in gaming in question have been done to death, hell and back. Warzone, Fortnite, PUBG, Apex Legends. And if it's not battle royales in question, it's extraction shooters like Arma, like what was the other one that people was trying to get me to play? Tarkov. Yeah, Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov. Even Delta Force has a doggone extraction mode in it. And then of course, Battlefield 2042, that was the first ever attempt at an extraction mode. And guess what? It was so bad and nobody played it that it shut down within a year. And if I need to remind people in question, Battlefield already did a battle royale before. It was called Firestorm. But I think that they're going to be calling it Firestorm 2.0 now, because I think that's what it is called, Firestorm 2.0. And compared to the first one, not only is it going to be free and completely separate from the main game, and you can also uninstall and install certain parts of the game that you don't want or want to install, but it's also going to be free to play. And the main difference between the first one was because it isn't tied to a $60 paywall, which was one of the main deterrents for people like wanting to get into Firestorm in the first place. And literally nobody even cared about it anyways. Why am I even saying like it was a good innovation or a good implementation for Battlefield 5 when it already had the reputation as it was for being up there with one of the worst launched Battlefield games ever made? Now, I'm not saying that I'm gonna enjoy this Battle Royale in question. I will play it and I will try it out. I mean, because it's free. You're literally not paying anything to play it. So yeah, you don't have to try it before you buy it. But I will say a couple things before I close off this subject or go back to the subject that I was talking about, is that Firestorm 2.0, they're doing it a little bit different from what people is telling me and what other content creators talked about. Battlefield 6's Battle Royale mode is going to have a like it's just like Firestorm, right? And then it's gonna have like that ring. It's gonna be a fire that closes in, and if that fire touches you at any point, you're instantly gonna die. And I think that's one way to change it up and differentiate this Battle Royale from others, because a lot of the other Battle Royales in question, like if it has gas, if it has like in Fortnite, it has like that purple storm, like bro, like people is notorious for camping inside of those storms or going in and out of the storms, and there isn't really stiff penalties for if the storm or the gas or whatever in question that's the Ring of Doom touches you. And I think this is going to incentivize people to not corner camp or like camp around the Ring of Doom or like the closing circle that's coming into these Battle Royale games today. And another deterrent that I'm seeing people talk about, and from what the leaked gameplay that I've seen, is that pretty much every single building is fully destructible and you can breach through every single wall. So that means camping in Battle Royale in this Battlefield game is going to be pretty much a disadvantage, because if you want to camp in a building, there is plenty of ways to breach through walls. We have a sledgehammer that can literally two-tap walls and bring down structures. We have C4, we have rocket launchers, we have tanks, LAVs. Like, I'm pretty sure if you shoot the building enough time with like your standard gun, I'm pretty sure it can be able to take it out. But regardless, that's gonna a lot of these buildings is gonna deter campers, and that's one reason why I stopped playing Battle Royales, was because it's too campy even for me. It's too like much of a incentivized camp mode, so that's why I never really played it. But if they're gonna play it like this, and like you can actually have a way to take out campers, and of course there's going to be LAVs, there's going to be tanks, there's going to be vehicles, and of course your squad, if you're running the standard assault, engineer, support, recon squad, that's going to be heavily like to your advantage, rather than just you rolling with randoms as the same class. Because oh yeah, you could be able to take out people with infantry weapons as an assault, but if you run into a tank, what are you gonna do? So that's really my take on the whole ordeal. Oh, and I nearly forgot before I continue on with the video. From when the leaked gameplay that I also seen, they said that there's a tower on this Battle Royale mode map that can come down just like the tower in Siege of Shanghai and Battlefield 4. If that is true, bruh, that might be giving me a reason to play it right now, because I always enjoyed Siege of Shanghai, watching that skyscraper fall down. And y'all know me, I don't really necessarily care for Battle Royales. If I wanted to play a Battle Royale game, I'll literally go and play Fortnite. I'll literally go and play Apex Legends after like 3 or so years. I'll go and play Warzone. Like, if I wanted to play a Battle Royale, I'll go and actively look on the market and see what is the best out there. If I have that scratch of the itch, I'll play it. But I'll say this much, saying that Battlefield needs a Battle Royale is the most stupidest hot take I have ever heard of in the past couple of years. Because number one, Battlefield is its own thing. The Conquest mode is what makes Battlefield Battlefield. And even though 2042 didn't have much of game modes, I think all it had at the launch of 2042 was Conquest, and I think it also had TDM, and I think it had Rush. That was it. And then now it seemed like that they're fully going above and beyond Battlefield 6 to include all kinds of modes for every single type of crowd, for what you want to play for. If you want to play Conquest infantry, or you want to play Conquest with infantry and vehicles, you can play that. If you want to play team deathmatch, you can play that. If you want to play Rush, TDM, and they even have a new escalation mode, which is basically Conquest on steroids, with having to cap the point, and then you get more points to dominate the other team. So why would it genuinely make any bit of remote sense to have a Battle Royale, or say that this game needs a Battle Royale in order to be successful, when you already have these type of modes? Because even if you look at games like Battlefield 4, with Battlefield 4, that is up there with one of the best like FPS games in history and best Battlefield games ever. Even despite its horrible beta and its horrible launch, it turned into one of the greatest FPS games ever made. And that became a staple for what Call of Duty was actually copying, not the other way around. But then not only do you have this stupid "it needs a battle royale in order to be successful" debate from Tim the Tatman and other Call of Duty streamers and YouTubers, but you also have this other side of the spectrum that want a clip form like FaZe Swag, like the FaZe Clan. And I'm just gonna say it like this: I don't care if I catch flack for this one, but if you genuinely look up to any of the FaZe Clan members, or genuinely like find any of the FaZe Clan members entertaining in 2025 and want to be them, then you are a straight up nerd. That's just me though. I'm not hating, I'm just conversating. And even back when FaZe was in its heyday, I didn't even watch their freaking video. It was fucking stupid. I mean, seriously, people got like insanely hyped and insanely like over the moon over trick shotting videos in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. And yeah, maybe it looked cool when I was in junior high, but I'm an adult now. I don't have time for that bull jive. But for people like FaZe Swag to openly come out, say that like, oh, I can't be able to clip farm, or oh, like I won't be able to get clips or content playing Battlefield. It's like, yeah, I know how you can get clips and I know how you can get like footage playing Battlefield. Play the game the way it was intended. Cap the point, play with your teammates, help your teammates out, resupply your teammates, revive your teammates. Don't act like a super soldier. And I know you're so used to playing as a super soldier in Call of Duty because that's pretty much what everybody is in Call of Duty. And if you think that Call of Duty is a team-based game, you have not played any of the recent ones. And if you haven't played Call of Duty back when it was in its heyday. And that's the whole point that I'm trying to make with these Call of Duty players. They're gonna come over here with their pre-knowledge about Call of Duty and all of their slightly like ADHD movement that they are so akin to in like Call of Duty, and then they're gonna try to apply their knowledge and their gameplay here. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. And then other people is gonna be saying, oh, this game needs kill streaks, this game needs kill streaks. If you want to go on a kill streak, just hop in an F-22 Raptor and help your teammates that way. Hop in a Black Hawk, hop in an Apache helicopter and lay down suppressing fire. That's how you go on. That's your kill streaks right there. That's what I'm genuinely trying to say, is that these Call of Duty players, they're trying to make Battlefield Call of Duty. And if you notice that these Call of Duty streamers that got invited in question will keep dying on this hill because they know that Battlefield isn't particularly going to be paying their bills for like the first 3 or 4 weeks of Battlefield 6's launch. Because if you haven't noticed, Battlefield 6 launches on October 10th. And Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launches on, I think, and don't quote me when I say this, it launches on November 26th, I think. So I think it's before Thanksgiving, I think. So in question, they're going to be hopping on Battlefield 6 for the views and for the hype train and all this other stuff. And some of these content creators in question is just going to get free copies anyways, because you know they're spoiled and entitled. So, and they don't really deserve it in my eyes. Some of them, not all. But some of them is just going to be only in it for a paycheck. You can genuinely tell, because once the money has dried up and they got genuinely frustrated with the game, they're going to go right back to Call of Duty. It happened before and it'll happen again. And I know a lot of you people is going to be looking for my opinion regarding Battlefield 6. Now, in my opinion, so far, the game looks really good. I'm just going to give EA their stripes and their flowers right now. The game looks good. I'm still not pre-ordering though, but I mean, they definitely, if this game launches correctly and launches the way it's supposed to and launches right, then they got my $100 for the Phantom Edition on PC, like a couple days after launch. Maybe like 4 or 5 days at most. I just genuinely want to see how this game is going to launch first before I put down any money for it, because then I have to buy this game again on my PlayStation 5 Pro because I want a FPS game to play while I'm on the road or while I'm out and about doing my thing, and I just so happen to have my PlayStation with me. So like, that's my whole entire take on Battlefield. I'm genuinely excited for it. I genuinely am, man. I really am. And for me personally, I feel like that I am going to be doing a lot of live commentaries. You know how like El Presador does live commentaries with Battlefield and Call of Duty? I feel like that's pretty much like what I want to be on. And if you guys want me to have my webcam do some comedy skits in between, I can do that. And also, you guys do know that I did grow up on Battlefield Friends, and I've been recently rewatching all of the Battlefield Friends videos in honor of Thick44, because honestly, I'm thinking Thick44 would have loved this. He would have loved this game. So I kind of want to carry on Thick's legacy in a way by me playing Recon in a sense. So if you guys want me to do that, I can do that. I can make a lot of sniping videos. I can make a lot of, like, you know, Recon style videos, like that type of stuff. And also, let me know if you guys want me to react to any of the Battlefield Friends videos. Honestly, I'm debating on reacting to all of the Battlefield Friends videos from beginning to end, all the way up until Battlefield 3, all the way up until the end of 2042. So if you guys want me to do that, smash that like button here on that video, and it'll let me know that if I should react to the videos. So, and I can do a lot of them in one sitting. I'm not just gonna react to one and call it a day like other YouTubers in question. But let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments down below. Let's get a discussion popping. This your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys are new. And I'm out, bro. Deuces.